brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. This is once again the recap for the 2,000 subscribers special. Thank you guys so much. In case you're new around here, we do community games every time we hit 500 subscribers. So this is the recap of that, and you might be looking down and be like, hey, you're at 2,600 subscribers. Yes, oh my gosh, the support has been absolutely out of control, but we do have something super special for 2,500 subscribers. What we're going to be doing is the first annual Corgi Cup Championship, where we pit subscriber against subscriber in a tournament. We'll be doing that this Saturday, October 22nd. I will be live streaming it. As of this moment, we only have a couple spots left for time. We have to cap it at 65 people. I can't believe how many people already signed up. But if you want to watch, or if you want to play, there's still a few more spots left. And if you want to watch, we'll be doing it at 9:30 Pacific this Saturday, the 22nd. Hope to see you there. Okay.
There's a world.
Here's what we're doing. You're doing the world. You're spawning in the country that you're from.
Oh,
Oh, that's
shit.
That's not gonna go well.
It's gonna go so well. We're gonna have so many people in the UK. We're gonna have so many people in the United States. It's gonna be really fun. All right, first map up. We're doing the world. We're spawning where everyone is from. So every white dot is gonna be a corgi, and it's where they're from. At least in the country. A lot of chaos is happening over there in Europe. A lot of chaos is happening here in the United States. There's only a few of us not from these countries, so we're gonna have to really kind of work our way out of a bad situation. We're going to be really fighting the Scion team here in the United States to push out and reclaim our home country. Now, I am Bertha Bigley, and that was from a previous match that we did. So now we're going to be looking out and just kind of expanding in our spot. We are faced with an early challenge of 2 Scion players and this yellow player right above us. Now, we do have 2 white players beneath us and then Edda over in the east. So things are going to get a little bit challenging here. We're going to need to really expand early and then just kind of save up and see what kind of advantage we can push. Now, we will have the numbers advantage, at least on the yellow team. So we will try and piece out with the yellow team and probably grab the rest of these bots and look to see what Scion person we can push into. We don't have a ton of bots we touch right away, and we have to share it with our neighbors. So things are looking a little bit dangerous for us. But we do have a decent start. All of our neighbors are pretty strong. And the Scion team is pretty centralized. So things are looking pretty good, and so we'll just continue to build up here and wait for a right opportunity to attack. Deborah is taking out France down south. Edda helps him out. He gets full sent on, but Ellen and Deborah and Edda all are able to take it out. By the way, these are mom's names. So let's go ahead and start pushing our advantage. Try and start taking out Drew Panam over here. Now we'll give him a knock just to kind of keep him low. We don't need to necessarily push too deep in that, as we have a numbers advantage. So as soon as everyone's in a spot where they feel like they can attack, we're going to jump in on that. Now we do have Fatster up top. He's got the crown on our team. That is looking very good for us. So if we can take out one of these Scion players, it's really going to free up the team to really start to consolidate down. Now EU Posted is going into Ohio with EU Bub. So that's really good timing for us. Allows us to get in on attacking Panem without having to worry about getting ganged up on by the 2 players up north. So okay, I don't believe is going to be in a position to really want to do anything. Fatster is over there. He's going to be able to help out and be able to ready to take out Posted, who's rather weak right now. He's only got 100,000. He's actually weaker than Panem, so we might switch targets here, but we can also continue to work out Panem. Panem becomes a bot. That's wonderful. That's going to help us wrap things up rather quickly, as that bot's going to be wasting a lot of troops attacking. And there he goes. That should be 1 or 2 more attacks, and there he goes. He's out of here, and now we're able to focus up on taking out Post-it. Now, Fatster is our champion so far in this match. We need to keep him alive and feed him land. That's definitely not what we need to be cautious of in this initial battle. Now, OK is going over there into Fatster. Now, we do have a lot of people in Europe. We only have a couple down in South America. It's now about picking out a champion who's going to be the strongest for us. But first things first, we need to take out Post-it. Post-it is going to be our #1 threat on the board. Bub is getting taken out by Fluffy and Edda, so that's working out really well for us. Fatster is taking out the other player up north. So we'll just keep an eye on what's going on over there. Kattegat is asking for troops. We need to keep them alive over there. That is going to be a really tough position for them. They're all so close together. Obviously, that's by design, by what country you're from. Europe obviously has a lot of countries. So let's start to take out Post-it as he goes into OK. That works out really well for us, and we're able to start bullying him down. And then we'll be able to take out OK and then be on Team Donate. So that's my goal right now, is to get up to troop count, start taking out OK, and then start donating. we're really going to need to push on this one as we have very suboptimal troop count. So I'm actually going to full send here. The reason I want to full send is, again, just to get him out of the way as fast as possible so we can start donating and getting our troops in better positions and supporting our boys in Europe and down in South America. So we've gotten okay out of the way. That worked out really well. Now we do have a person coming up north, but fortunately Deborah was able to counter that. Mildred did get full sent on. So now we've captured all of North America. We need to start donating to Samantha and Ellen. Those are going to be our two champions, at least in South America. The people in Europe are just going to need to hold on for the time being. There's not a lot of hope over there. They don't really have the power base to kind of consolidate their land to be a real threat, whereas Samantha and Ellen definitely do. So we're going to keep trying to support Samantha, with Ellen needing to be able to push down south into player 292 to alleviate some support on that front. So that's what he's doing right now. Player 292 full sends. Oh, that's huge. That's huge for the team, as now we have a nice consolidation. Ellen's immediately going into wide Chile. I think this is the move right here. So we'll keep feeding Ellen as much as we can. We need to save up our troops to be a little bit more effective, but we can push all the way down south through Antarctica. That's kind of our plan going in right now. So we'll just keep donating into Ellen as Ellen's working in on wide Chile. Samantha is being told to mostly yield land to Ellen, who's going to be able to take out a lot of this territory on his own. Again, we really need to build a champion. Now we do have Corgi Vietnam over there in Asia. That's something to keep in mind as well, but Ellen isn't third on the board. So again, it's all about feeding him. So we'll just keep doing that. He's up to 2 million already. It's all about taking out domination from here and working our way out into possibly Africa and then Antarctica, as we had talked about. Now Antarctica is two strong blue players. Vietnam has taken over all of Australia. That's really huge for the team. So we'll give him a little bit of a donation too, as Samantha accidentally cuts off Ellen from being able to keep expanding down south. So I think he's going to be able to boat over into Antarctica. Kattegat is really holding his own over there in Europe, expanding down into South America. So that is working out really well for us, as the team is now collapsing. Ellen has sent a boat over into Africa and is going to be able to help take out the crown right there, as someone's really pushing in on the crown. That's NFB, who's getting the brunt of that attack. So fortunately though, with Ellen's reinforcement, Kattegat is able to kind of gang up on this crown and start whittling him down little bit by little bit. Now we do have about 100%, so we need to start donating our troops, but right now these boys are doing really well. I might kind of save it for an emergency scenario to save NFE from getting kicked off, but we'll start donating around to Kattegat, NFE, and this person over here who's doing the Lord's work of taking out this person in Africa. This is a huge threat to the team, so I'm glad we were able to neutralize it. Ellen now has the crown, and it's fighting between him and Vietnam, so things are looking a little bit more steady on this one, but we still have a lot of work to go, as Vietnam is working his way up through Clovis and the Nordic Empire over there in the Middle East. So this Ken guy full sent into of all people, so that really helps us out in feeding out Ellen and helping him take him out. Is really eating the brunt of that attack, and we'll give him a little donation. He'll survive, don't worry. He's got a lot of room. The Ottoman Empire is going down as well. Vietnam is working his way over there, and Ellen is wrapping up the rest of things in Africa. So that is a huge thing for the team, as now the black players remaining in Africa have both left. They're now bots, as they realize the game is over on that front, and now we're able to start wrapping things up in the rest of Asia. Kudos to Vietnam. He started in a terrible situation, a terrible spot, really made something out of that one. Same thing with Ellen. They both really were able to hold on until the team donations were able to start flowing in, and now as you can see, Vietnam is limiting another blue player, and then we got the white team up north going through Germany, who is now a bot as well. So things are working pretty well. Vietnam's going through Greater Armenia. Ellen still has the crown and is boating down into Antarctica, and we'll stick with Asia for right now as they wrap things up here on the Asian front. And now we just have the one red player as a threat there, and then the boys down south in Antarctica. But the boats are about to land there in Antarctica, about to take out Baka. So there's Cyprus. Someone's calling for him to be taken out. This Ottoman Empire was the bane and took out a number of our players, so we're calling out for Kattegat to take out. There he sends the boat, and that should be the end of the Ottoman Empire from this game. And there he goes. He is down for the count, and now we can kind of focus in on what's going on in Antarctica. As we've taken out one of the two blue players, all we have to do is take out Turk, and we'll be able to reclaim the world. That's Ellen down there, who full sends his 6 million troops into this. So Turk is going down rather fast. Vietnam joins the battle and starts to take him out. So there we go. A nice way to wrap up what was initially a very chaotic game. This was a lot of calls for help. A lot of people died off in the game. But GG's to all involved, and on to the next one. All right, we got a doozy here, a 374 person server-wide free-for-all battle. We are on the black team, and this is chaos right now. It's just trying to pick a spot, trying to get somewhere around. We unfortunately have some teammates spawning right on top of us, bunch of jokesters once again. You can always expect a couple of them, but we'll go ahead and move away from them, try and grab a spot. But unfortunately, in this kind of a game, wherever you move, you just end up moving right on top of people. We accidentally moved on cross, tried to move away. Yummy just trying to be a little bit of a jokester and spawn on top of us. So it's the three of us really trying to push out and survive in this world. So we'll keep going. We'll see what we can do on this one. We do have some open land. This was initially a good spot, but all four of us being here, including the red player up north, really kind of hampered that. So I'm fighting Yummy for land right now, just trying to get eastwards and see how much of this free land I can get. Unfortunately, Union is coming down and cutting me off. So I'm going to be a very small player in this one. I can already tell. I've only got 2 bots to get into. Kind of the luck of the draw on this one. It's streamer privilege, if you will. People always want to be right on top of you for the video. So what we will do is just see what we can do in taking out people, helping out the rest of our team, feeding some people, but we're not going to be big players on this one. We just need to kind of work together. Now, Cross is getting really bullied up north. There's not a lot we can do. We can't really donate as we're so in the beginning stages of the game. Fortunately for them, they just pushed through the white player up there. Now, we can help out with Alexandria, and we do get a truce from Union over there. We will definitely take a truce from that. Now, we do have the Crown and Sambusk as well. He's doing really well in being able to attack this bot along with Cross. So, unfortunately, good thing Cross stopped his attack to give Sambusk a way up to help alleviate some pressure. And now he's got borders with the Animalist up north. So things are looking really well on that front. Now down south, we're getting some big boys. We do control 4 of the top 5 biggest spots. So things are still looking pretty good. We are at red interest, so we do need a target to attack. And Sambusk is not going to be able to help us out, take out Alexandria. But hopefully Anth and Lee Louch are going to be able to help take this out. As Lee Louch is now moving his way into the red player over there. It's a good move. We're going to help try and alleviate some pressure on Cross and take out John Zach over here. As Sambusk is going down, he doesn't have the troops to support. He's just in a really bad spot. We're going to give him an emergency donation to just kind of try and alleviate some of the pressure. Now that does weaken us up in a very bad spot, as we are now at this point kind of fodder ourselves. As Sambusk is going down, he was our real champion over here, and without him we're going to be in a really bad spot. Now over here, this battle is basically lost. We still control most of the leaderboard though, so the team is doing rather well. And Sago is doing really well up north. We'll grab some of this land for ourselves. I don't want to take too much, as I'm such a minor player in this. I don't need to be grabbing land from my teammates. I'd much rather support them and yield land to them in this type of scenario. But things are going really well. Unfortunately, Analyst is biting through our team really aggressively. We could all work together in attacking him, but it's going to be kind of hard with the red players touching me and the blue player touching me, who I've also previously attacked. So for right now, I think we just kind of stay put a little bit. Sago is now attacking the Animalist, so we will join in on that one as well with our major attack. Didn't do too much with 200,000 against 700,000, but we're trying our best here. We're giving it our all, coach. As we're just kind of trying to slow things down, giving our team a little bit of time to kind of fight back a little bit. Yummy ate a huge attack, and the joke is like, oh, Corky's next, and that's me and Cross. It's who's gonna go out first, but because we're both in such weak spots. Now, we do have a strong power base a little bit to the east of us, but unfortunately a lot of them are not going to be able to help us out. So for us at this point, I think we just need to be a wedge here and stay in the game as long as possible. Our game is basically done, but we can slow down the rest of the team from attacking, as they'll have to go through us. So Union is going into Sog. Sog has more troops than him, so he'll be able to win that fight eventually. But our fight is basically done, so we just need to stay put, as we have eaten some attacks already. And there goes another very weak player on our team, so it's getting, the targets are getting narrowed down. But fortunately, Kevington is doing really good down there in Balkans. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. He's doing really well down there. He's got 1 million troops. Dr. Zero's doing well. Agent Flames has got some good borders on FR, who could be a threat. The 3 of our teammates could work together in knocking some people out, but unfortunately Agent Flames is dealing with Jake Uncool as well. So it's really hard to work together when everyone's kind of splintered off like this. So we just need to stay put as long as possible. We are getting attacked by Alexandria. Try to make ourselves as least appealing target as possible, but we just never had the land to do that. So I imagine we're gonna go out rather quickly as soon as Animalist gives one attack in. I think that'll be the end of us. Now Snowflake over there in the east has the crown. Fortunately for us, Adrian's in a position to be able to help out and attack as we do get defeated, taken out by the Animalist, as we expected. We didn't have much of a fighting chance on this one just based off positioning, but we do have some strong teammates around. Now, we're doing pretty well in Africa. It's a little bit divided, but our team is able to kind of hold their own together. They're working together to try and take out some people. Kevington is getting a lot stronger down there in the Balkans. He's doing really well. Now, if Snowflake attacks or any of the players touching Kevington, Kevington is a smart player. He knows to go straight into the crown, take him down, and the crown as a smart player knows to avoid that at all possible. So Kevington's doing the right thing and just keep expanding, getting ready for the big fights. Sneaky Snake is coming up as well. He's the player in France who has the crown. He's gonna be a bit of a threat. So we really do need to consolidate right now, but unfortunately, again, our players are just not in a position to be able to do that. We're all kind of cutting each other off. That's just what happens in these large games. It's not necessarily a battle of teamwork. It's just a battle of surviving and hoping that, you know, you can get in a good spot and position yourself well. Kevington's doing really well. He's second place on the board, second to Sneaky Snake, and then OG Snowflake is right above him in third. So our team has started to fall off the leaderboard a little bit. We still have a lot of control. Unfortunately for us, Sneaky Snake is starting to eat through a lot of our Africa players. Fortunately for us, Kevington does have borders with him, so he'll be able to go into him. He's just saving up his troops right now to give a big attack in there. And once he's there, he's going to be able to really do some damage. Snowflake is going through our lands unimpeded. He's just got so much room to grow through, so many weak players to get through that our strength was just too divided. Now, Kevington is going into Sneaky Snake, taking down that threat. So at least we can get one threat off the board, preserve our players in Africa so they can start donating to Kevington. Kevington is getting the call to get donations too. So the more we can support him, the more we're going to be able to survive this. As people are working on Snowflake as is, trying to slow him down whatever they can, as Kevington continues to work through the snake now. Kevington does have the crown, so that's really good for us. He's just playing this really conservatively like he should. This is still a very losable game. As we do lose allies left and right, we really need to make sure to take out a player. Now, Snowflake is now feeling bold enough to start going down south as he touches borders with Kevington. So Kevington is doing his best to take out the rest of the Sneaky Snakes so that our players down in Africa can start taking him out. They're helping him out as well. He doesn't need to win the fight, he just needs to make him weak enough. And now Snowflake is attacking Kevington. He recognizes the threat. Kevington's throwing out the sign for money. We're trying to spam him money as much as possible. He's got about 7 million troops, so about similar in terms of troops. Now, the big advantage is Snowflake is alone in this. He has no one to donate to him. While we still have a lot of teammates on the board throwing out donations, and starting to knock him back and attacking Snowflake where possible. Snowflake is giving some big attacks back into some smaller players, swatting away at those flies, but the flies are going to keep coming, especially now that Kevington has taken control of the crown and control of the board. He's got a 20,000 pixel advantage. He's in the driver's seat of this game. Sneaky Snake is now a non-factor. The boys in Africa are going to be able to take him out together and neutralize that non-factor so that Kevington doesn't get teamed up on. But unfortunately, we're still losing boys left and right as Snowflake is making his final swan song, trying to take out as many people down with him as possible. Kevington is maintaining a good amount of troops. He's been attacking a lot, so he doesn't necessarily have as huge troop advantage as he would if he had been saving up his troops. He's only got about 7 million compared to Snowflake's 6 million, so he needs to be really cautious with this. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a really smart player, able to take down Snowflake one little swoop at a time, and the boys still touching Snowflake are keep attacking him as Edda is getting destroyed down south by the northern front. But Snowflake full sends. There it goes. There's the biggest threat on the board. Now we just have the Sneaky Snake, who's been unfortunately still denying some of our teammates down south. Kevington is going to start working through the rest of the board to prevent any kind of further team ups and start allowing Agent Flames to go down south. So FR does leave. That's huge for us. And Kevington's going to get revenge for me by taking out the Animalist up north. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Ireland comes into the rescue, is able to take out the northern front along with Agent Flames. So that threat has been neutralized. Now it's all about taking out the Animalist and the last red player up north as well. And finally finishing off the Sneaky Snake as Agent Flames starts to help out. The Animalist does full send. He's all the way down on his troops, so that's another threat off the board. Now, unfortunately, Kevington doesn't touch borders with the last remaining blue player, so it's going to be a lot of donations flooding in. He doesn't have that many troops himself. He's only got about 6 million troops, but that'll be enough to get the job done, as Sneaky Snake's got about 4 million, so He's already down to 2. Turks is going in on him. So is Pharaoh. Pharaoh's going very aggressively in on him and getting a lot of donations to get that done. It's all about finishing the job here, as in these scenarios, the donations are just flooding in to let these 2 players finish things off here. And as we wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far in the video. If you haven't made it this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more uploaded videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.